Welcome to this explainer. We're jumping right in today to clear up literally the biggest misconception about artificial intelligence. We hear the term AI thrown around constantly, right? You ask ChatGPT for a recipe, you get a movie recommendation, or your bank shoots you a fraud alert. But is this all just one big identical magic black box working behind the scenes? Let's find out.
So let's start with a really simple question. Is all AI the same? I mean, when people panic about AI taking over jobs or writing all our code, are they talking about the exact same system that ruthlessly filters out your spam emails?
The answer is a definitive no. There are actually two fundamentally different types of AI powering our modern world. People throw these terms around interchangeably all the time, but they're designed for completely different purposes, and honestly, confusing them is where almost all the misunderstanding begins.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to quickly cover the foundation of AI, then dive into traditional AI, which we'll call the decider, followed by generative AI, the creator. Then we'll do a head-to-head industry breakdown, and finally look at the true power of hybrid AI.
Okay, let's establish a quick baseline with the foundation of AI so we're all on the same page.
At its core, artificial intelligence is simply computer science that enables machines to perform human-like tasks. We're talking about learning from data, recognizing patterns, making decisions, understanding language, and solving complex problems. But within this massive umbrella, there are two main approaches to actually tackling these tasks, which brings us right to our two contenders today.
Meet contender number 1, traditional AI, or as we like to call it, the decider.
By definition, traditional AI analyzes historical data to recognize patterns and make decisions or predictions. It works mainly with structured, neatly labeled data. It's incredibly fast, it's accurate, and it's highly reliable. But here's the absolutely crucial catch. It does not create new content. It simply analyzes what's already there and makes a firm decision based on what it's learned.
You actually rely on traditional AI every single day. It's like an invisible bouncer checking millions of bank transactions for fraud. It calculates your credit score, it aggressively filters out that spam email from a quote-unquote prince who urgently needs you to wire him money, and it runs Netflix's recommendation engine. It's constantly calculating risk or predicting what you're going to watch next, all based entirely on past patterns.
Now, let's flip over to our second contender, generative AI, the creator.
Unlike our first contender, generative AI learns patterns from massive datasets to produce completely original text, images, video, audio, or even code based on your prompts. So instead of predicting a single category from neatly structured data, it uses vast oceans of unstructured data to focus on flexibility and creativity. It's building completely original outputs literally right before your eyes. You've definitely interacted with this creative engine recently. Whether you're asking ChatGPT to draft a somewhat awkward email to your boss, using Google Gemini for some quick research, leaning on GitHub Copilot to suggest some code, or prompting Midjourney to generate a stunning, futuristic cityscape, you are using generative AI. It takes your prompt and conjures up something that literally did not exist 10 seconds ago.
So, how do these stack up against each other in the real world? Let's do a head-to-head industry breakdown.
When we put them side by side, the difference is night and day. Traditional AI answers highly analytical questions like, is this transaction fraudulent? Or what are next month's sales going to be? On the flip side, generative AI answers creative requests. Write a blog post about our new product, generate an image for our campaign, or build me a presentation structure. If you take away just one central idea from this entire explainer, let it be this. Traditional AI decides. Generative AI creates. One operates with laser-sharp precision and prediction, while the other acts with boundless imagination and generation.
It's really fascinating to see how they tackle completely different jobs across major industries. Take a hospital, for example. Traditional AI meticulously scans an X-ray to detect a hidden disease, but generative AI steps in afterward to summarize the doctor's messy notes into a clean, readable patient report. Over in marketing, the decider predicts if an ad campaign is going to flop based on past data, but the creator actually writes the catchy Instagram caption. In software development, traditional AI evaluates code quality and spots bugs, while generative AI writes brand new blocks of code. They're entirely different tools for entirely different jobs.
So you might be asking yourself, which one should I learn? Well, that depends entirely on your goals. You're going to want to master traditional AI if you want a rock-solid foundation in data science, machine learning, and predictive analytics. But you should dive into generative AI if you want to immediately start building chatbots, content generators, and AI assistants. For beginners, generative AI is often a bit easier to pick up, but the absolute best professionals working today, they're learning exactly how to leverage both. And that brings us to a real game changer for modern businesses, the power of hybrid AI. You're probably wondering, are these technologies strictly competitors, or can they actually work together? Do you really have to choose between the decider and the creator?
Absolutely not. In fact, they can tag team a problem perfectly. Imagine someone gets into a minor car accident. Step 1. Traditional AI instantly analyzes massive amounts of historical data and calculates the exact risk level of that insurance claim. Step 2. Generative AI takes that cold, analytical decision and writes a highly empathetic, crystal-clear email to the stressed-out customer explaining their payout. The brain makes the decision, and the voice handles the communication.
We call this incredible synergy hybrid AI. It's the strategic combination of traditional AI's pinpoint accuracy and reliability with generative AI's unprecedented creativity and communication. Neither one is inherently better than the other. The absolute magic happens when you pair them up. This is the exact framework the most successful enterprises are utilizing today.
Looking ahead, the future is all about unified solutions. We're moving toward an era of AI agents that can actually take action on our behalf. Multimodal AI that processes text, audio, and video all at once. Highly efficient small language models that run locally. On-device AI for vastly better privacy. Robust responsible AI frameworks and comprehensive enterprise AI. The organizations that win the future aren't just going to use one of these. They're going to integrate them like puzzle pieces to solve real human problems much more effectively.
Understanding both the analytical power of traditional AI and the creative potential of generative AI is no longer optional. It's an essential survival skill in the modern economy. So, as AI continues to evolve and integrate into literally everything we do, I'll leave you with this question to consider. Which technology will you choose to master first to secure your place in the future? The decider or the creator? Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and we'll catch you in the next one.